Postpartum is a serious time in mothers' lives and involves many changes both emotionally and physically. Dr. Stephanie Sublett is opening up a specialized care practice in Fort Wayne called Lilivy Postpartum, focusing on providing essential medical support for postpartum mothers. Hi, Doctor.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yes. So this is really exciting, and I think something that may be new for people to learn more about if they're really not familiar with postpartum and how it really affects mothers. So can you just give us a little overview about the postpartum period?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So postpartum is, after birth. And I really like to focus in also another term is the fourth trimester. So the fourth trimester is the first 12 weeks after a woman has a baby. And this is an immense period of adjustments, both physically and emotionally. As the baby adjusts to life outside and as the mom adjusts to her new role as a mother. It's a critical time where moms need specialized and personalized medical care.
Yes. And why is it important during that time for mothers to seek professional care and not try to figure out that period on their own?
Yeah. So I think that when women try to figure out everything on their own, it can be very isolating and overwhelming. As a mom of 3 myself, I've been there. I've gone through it. And I have spent the last 7 years professionally gaining more and more knowledge. So as an OBGYN, but also as a internationally board certified lactation consultant, that I can deliver tailored professional care so that you don't have to feel like you are figuring out everything on your own.
Yes. And can you kind of break down some of the specialties or specialists that can be involved for the professional care team?
Yes, absolutely. So OBGYNs, are kind of, who we always think about, but also, midwives, postpartum doulas, as well as lactation professionals, so lactation consultants, also psychiatrists. There are specialists that are trained within reproductive psychiatry, perinatal mental health, as well as even pelvic physical floor therapy. So there really are a lot of different specialties within the medical community, and myself, I've really tried to gain knowledge not only in the postpartum recovery from the OBGYN standpoint, but also as an IBCLC and as a specialist in breastfeeding medicine and perinatal mental health to kind of bring a lot of the specialties together as one in the service that I can provide local moms.
That's pretty awesome. That's awesome to be able to just kind of be all-in-one, one-stop shop for what mothers need. And so as a mother's pregnant and she's planning for that postpartum period, how is it best for her to really prepare for that time of her life?
Yeah. So I think that we all get really hung up on, what color of, paint we want to choose for the nursery and the crib and, the baby registry industry, which is great. Of course, babies do need things, but what I have found is that the mom really needs to plan for what support she may need. Now, it is hard, especially when you're a first-time mom, because sometimes, just like in life with a lot of different new experiences, you don't know what you need until you're in it. So that's why I'm trying to really revolutionize postpartum care and contact and have patients reach me while they're still pregnant, late second, third trimester, so we can talk about what individualized, personalized support one postpartum mom may need, because not every woman's postpartum journey is created equal. Someone may need a lot of help emotionally, mental health, depending on, pre-existing mental health conditions, where someone may need a lot of lactation support. It really depends. Everyone's journey is going to be slightly different. So I think having those conversations while you're pregnant with specialists like myself to be able to curtail what you may need can be really beneficial. And that's something that I hope to be able to really do with my patients and with Lilivy Postpartum is building that support network for what you'll need postpartum. Because it may be with just me, but it may be me plus others in the community.
Yeah, that's so good because people do make a birthing plan, right? And they try to make sure that they know if they want to have a natural birth or if they, you know, planning for a C-section and all those things. But you're saying add this into that planning process to make sure you're covered during that period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think more historically, we kind of always looked at it as, you know, the finish line is birth, right? But truthfully, the marathon of motherhood really is just beginning.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized when I became a mom. As an OBGYN, I felt very prepared kind of physically for what I was going to be experiencing, but it was everything else that came with it about actually bringing that baby home, about with breastfeeding, emotionally, the support around me that I realized I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm a professional and I needed help.
And how can mothers set boundaries to try to get their mental health under control in advance, or at least to have the resources that they need in advance? What boundaries can they set?
Yeah. So I think boundary setting postpartum is crucial. And it really comes down to clear communication between you and your support system, you know, maybe your partner, family, friends, but clearly communicating what your needs are, owning your no. So, you know, if there's going to be a lot of pressure sometimes for lots of visitors. Everyone wants to hold the baby, but you know, the mom needs to be held. And what I mean by that is she needs to be supported. So my best advice is try to be as clear with what you think you need. And like I said, everyone's journey is different, you know. Some women may thrive on seeing a lot of people postpartum, but I'll tell you, trying to prioritize your rest, your recovery, and knowing that if you say no to visitors or I'd prefer not right now, you know, let's set a time that maybe would work better for us, that's okay. And people should respect that, and it's okay to say no.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Sublett, if people are interested in learning more about your new practice, where can they find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on my website, lilivypostpartum.com. I'm also very active on social media. I do a lot of education for postpartum moms, focused on everything postpartum on Instagram. You can find me at Lilivy Postpartum, as well as Facebook.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us today.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And if you would like more information, we'll be sure to have her website listed below, and we'll be right back.